Good morning, everybody. A lot of people actually ask me a question of why can't they get a connection with spirit when they're working with a client. A lot of questions are asked. Now, sometimes that can be the sitter or that can be the medium. Now, sometimes our energy will physically drain from us, and that will mean that we can't get that connection if we've got problems going on within our life, if we have other certain things that we are worried about. That will affect our work, actually regarding spirit. Now, sometimes as well, we might have things going on around us, noise, because when we work with spirit, sometimes we have to have complete relaxation. If we're sitting in a room that's got the telly going or something to that effect, that could affect spirit coming through. Or there's also another case of we haven't meditated, and meditation is going to be a subject that I'm going to go into later on one of my videos. But also it can actually depend on the sitter as well. Now, if the sitter is sitting there, or that person is sitting there with a ring of their loved ones, or they're twiddling around, or they've got a photo of their loved ones, sometimes they're just thinking about that one person, and that is the only person that they want to come through. Now, this is a problem we get a lot in churches and halls. I know that I've had this. I worked at one church where there was actually a group of 5 people in one place, and I went to them. And I always know that when I give a message, that spirit are always correct in what they give me, whether it's to do with past or something that's happened. And these people were no. Oh, and my energy level by then, because when I sometimes get a no working in the church, I go back, and we all have to go back and ask them for more details. And I went back and asked them details, and they said, yeah, that's correct. And I was giving it to these people. And then afterwards, I actually went outside. When I spoke to the people, and then all of a sudden, I just said, you're waiting for your mum to come through. And their actual answer was, oh, yeah. I said, well, unfortunately, that your mum isn't ready to come through because it's still early days. So that could be another reason why, if they're just waiting for that one person to come through, they have that on their mind, and they won't accept anything else, like from their granddad or their grandma, or even other relatives that are around. They're just waiting for that one person. And this is what we've got to look at, how you overcome that. Can you overcome it? Well, there is a way. There's a way of just hitting on the psychic link for a little bit. And there's also that way of just asking our guides and helpers to say, look, just give me a bit more advice, or you walk away from that sitter. If you work in the church, and I always say to people that if you get 3 no's, and I've always said this to people that I've taught and people that have been in my circle, if you get 3 no's, try once more, and if not, walk away, because that is when your energy will completely drop. But when you do get the yeses, it just boosts up your level a little bit more. And this is all a case of learning when you're actually sitting in circle. I've actually had cases whereupon I couldn't get through, and my guide has just said to me, no, you can't, unable to read them, can't read them at all. And they've just put a big brick wall up in front of me. When I found out why, and this was definitely with one sitter, he tried to actually take his own life because he was fed up with life. But when someone does that, they've got a lot of depression around them. Sometimes, again, we're talking about energy levels in mediumship. That energy level will completely drop. And I found out a couple of weeks later that when he left the reading that I had, the very next day he did manage to, he tried to take his own life a couple of times. And the next day he did take his own life because he was just fed up with life. He couldn't cope with what was going on. But there are ways to overcome this problem of not being able to how can I put this, to gain more knowledge and to help with overcoming the sitter. And if you explain to them that, don't just, when you're sitting with someone or when you're reading someone, just explain to them, look, let anybody come through. Don't just want one person to come through. Go there with an open mind. Go to a church with an open mind. And that way, Spirit will come through and give you the communication from your loved one that you actually want. So that is a main problem with spiritualism and giving readings in most cases. I've not heard of one person that's actually, well, yeah, I can get through to everybody. So you can also, if you're using cards, you can use the psychic cards, tarot cards. You can do it that way as well. You know, you can try and pick up with that. But just know that if that person is waiting or got their nan's ring, their mum's ring, their dad's ring or anything like that in their pocket, that's probably just the reason why you can't get through to them, or they're a bit down, or there's a lot of worries around them. But you can help them, and that is what spiritualism is all about. It's about bringing the two worlds together and helping that loved one come through for them. I hope that's helping you, and hopefully we'll talk to you very, very soon. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you very much.